Anyway.
Yeah,
I get him on the clapping part all the time, Julie. I'm going to let you hang out with Sean because Sean know when Minister Flowers want to clap. I want to clap.
Right.
I want to clap. Like even if you do this stuff, he says something.
You're not going to hear it.
You're
not
so
going
you
to
still
hear it 'cause
sit
you
right
don't
there. I can look
Oh,
at
you-
you and you.
Listen,
And then be like,
you are not listen.
Oh,
You're not
don't
gonna
take over
come
the
up in
show.
here. No, you're not gonna come up in here and be doing that.
Run your show.
You're
Yeah,
not gonna be
Angel.
doing that, okay? Not to my engineer.
Yeah.
I got your back, okay?
Look
I'm
at
not
this,
playing
y'all.
with y'all.
Look
I'm not
at
playing with y'all.
listen.
But look, okay. So for the past couple of days, right? I'm sure y'all been seeing Miss Christina Flowers all over all the news
Lord have
stations
mercy.
about what's been going on with our homeless folks who are down under the bridge. She likes to sleep down there. She be down there eating down there. That's her life down there. And I gotta say kudos to you for that. To be down there day in and day out, you have to have a calling for that because everybody can't do it.
Right.
You have to have a calling for that, and we know that you love them. So let me tell you quickly. So I met Christina Flowers a couple years ago through Mike Davis, right?
Come on.
Mike Davis, we went under the bridge,
Sure
and I was
did.
your unofficial co-host then.
That's
I don't
right.
know why I'm not your
You-
official
but
co-host.
she was
Hey,
under
hey,
the bridge.
Give
yo,
me the
you didn't make her
unofficial
official?
title. No, I'm
Yes.
unofficial.
I don't know.
He says unofficial.
Very
I don't
valuable.
know
Her
why.
contract is
Yeah.
high.
You
Renegotiate
I'm gonna have to
contract.
talk to you
Right.
off there.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
right.
he
Yeah,
says
that is not a
unofficial.
Good.
And so,
Oh,
and he still
okay.
say unofficial too. I'm waiting for the
Oh,
official part to
Lord.
come.
Oh, Lord.
But anyway, I'm just venting. So
No, but she do this a
The
lot.
whole conversation.
She do this a lot,
Yes,
Julia.
yes, she does.
She
Yeah,
do.
right.
that's my whole show.
I can tell. I can tell.
But I'm sorry. Let me
Okay.
get back on track. So I
Yes.
met her down at the bridge, and I was blown
And this
away.
was 2021 bridge.
Yes, 2021. Yeah, because it was
This
kind
the
of
bridge
different
then,
now.
y'all. That was
And
the
it was
eight-
like-
that was the 8-month long journey.
Yes, it was all
Woo.
set up. That's when you were like
Yes.
living down there. And I was like, Mike,
Yes.
is she crazy?
Mhm.
That's like one of the things that I said because I'm like, I couldn't believe that you were actually living down there. But I just gained so much respect for you for actually just being in the trenches with them because most people wouldn't. Right. So ever since we met, she's been attached to my hip since then. We get in our
Yes.
sisterly little things where she
Yes.
called me like
Yeah.
in early
4
in the
o'clock in
morning.
the
Right.
Yeah,
That's
call me
right.
4
Yeah,
o'clock
right.
in the morning.
Yeah.
That's when I know
The
people are
main
really for me.
stuff, right?
I'm getting some calls like that from
That's when I know people are really for me.
It's the
I know
flyer,
they really
flowers.
like that's like
Okay,
confirmation.
really.
Julian, that's confirmation for me that people are really for me.
when you call at 4 a.m.
4 or 5 o'clock
What
in the morning.
in the
Oh, I love
world
this
is
sister. I'm
happening?
gonna
Right.
What's wrong? Yes, that's a breaker for me.
And let me not answer. Are you up? Oh,
Yes,
well,
that's
I'm up now.
That's a breaker. That's a breaker for me. That's like a friend that they really, really care. Because you got to think about that. But yes. I'm so always privileged. I ain't gonna look at it because she's gonna make me cry like she did early this morning.
No.
So since I'm not gonna look at her, I'm gonna really just
Talk about what's been happening though.
I'm gonna
under
just
the
say
bridge.
falling in love with Jesus.
Falling in love
Yes,
Yes.
with Jesus.
That's it.
Yes.
Wow.
I need a
Thank
singing
you.
contract. Yes, thank you, Jesus.
That's all I want to say because
Yes.
falling in love with Jesus is the best thing I ever done.
Yes.
I ain't crazy. I just fell in love with Jesus.
Amen. My God.
Yes.
Wow.
My God, that's it. That's
You
all I
made
can say,
angels sing
Pastor.
it. What is
And
happening?
Angel's singing it, and I'm
Yes.
falling in love every day.
Yes.
Sister
That's what we
Angel,
gotta do.
all I know is God saved me. You can do ministry 365 days a year.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I get to do ministry every day. And I say that so humbly because when God gives me these observations to understand this calling over my life, even when I get frustrated, because I keep telling my folks I've never been homeless.
Yeah.
I've never been homeless. I can't imagine the levels of their fight. And I can't imagine some of the childlike trauma that these individuals have experienced.
Many of them and many of us.
And it just keeps me humble. It keeps me humble. It keeps me. I'm trying to figure it out now. I got you. I got you.
Vibrate or something.
I'm just constantly. Oh, she laying me out in the studio, y'all. This is the real deal.
You know, this is what we do.
This is the angel show for real. But you're an angel. You are an angel. And let me tell you something, and to your audience. You know, Pastor Mike, all of us, you know, I'm 52. I'm older now, so we got some age on us, right? And you ever had those friends when you feel like you're going through something, you be like, oh man, I don't want to have to call her again.
Right.
I'm serious. You be like, oh, she done so much.
Right.
Yeah, you know,
Right.
you got them friends sometimes they borrow $20.
Right.
They borrow $20 this month and call you again next month, never
Yep.
pay back that 20.
Yep,
Right.
yep,
Like
yep.
just the integrity
Yes.
and the principle and the morals of her being an angel. Because it's like at the last moment, and we've been under the bridge this time for 30 days. And God is God. And I said at the last moment, it was like, I'm gonna have to call on Angel. But it's good to have that type of understanding in your heart. Because a lot of people don't respect that or acknowledge that. Like you could really hurt people just by not having that reverence or respect for one another. I had
Absolutely.
so much reverence and respect. I said, oh, I want to call her again because she's like a lifesaver. Ever since day one that we've you introduced us under that bridge. And it compels me
just
to
literally
encourage.
under the bridge. We
Under the
we say
bridge.
that as a hey, I don't want to be under the bridge.
Yes.
Yeah, but
You guys are literally
under the bridge.
Under the bridge. And it's not like we're hidden in the woods like some of our homeless sisters and brothers are. You know, they have put themselves in the woods. They have put
Oh my God,
themselves in a
Christina
position.
Flowers.
I
You
know,
you
it's
got
just
two
everybody.
phones that keeps calling. That's
I
how busy
know.
you are.
I'm sorry. Stop calling y'all. Y'all see me on live.
Miss Barbara. It was somebody, Miss Barbara. She ought to give her a couple more minutes and then she'll call you right back.
Listen. Under the bridge. I mean, this is gonna have to be, you know, that part of our life when we start writing a book.
No,
You
absolutely.
know, yeah, because you know, this is a location. This is a destination for some of our most vulnerable, traumatized, mentally ill, behavioral. And I say that literally because I was thinking about my mom this morning, and shout out to my mom and my sister always watching. And she said, you like difficult people. She said, she used to always tell me that, like, and I never really took it until I first started doing assisted living. And then the hospital would say, you know, call Christina Flowers. She like challenging patients, you know? And then I got my shirt on today.
It says if
And
flowers can't fix it, we're all screwed.
You know, we're all, you know, because
Give me one
I
of them
just
shirts.
know you need one of them shirts.
Give me one of them shirts.
Yes, I'm gonna find you one with your name because it's me. Like, and that's just I gotta thank God for that every day, because if it was me taking a personal feeling or emotion away, I would have walked away a long time ago.
But here's the thing. I got to tell y'all what happened this past couple of days. So I'm sure you've been watching the news and they've been
Yes.
covering the eviction. I was like, how in the crap do you get evicted from outside? Like, where they do that at?
Where they do
You
that
know,
at?
we know what I mean?
72 hours.
Yeah, they put up a whole
You gotta
sign.
go.
They say you have to go.
You gotta go.
So when Miss Flowers called me and said, hey, you know, I need you. Like,
This is a bit
like
that's
it's
it.
an emergency, right? I acted on it. And we both,
Julie,
you know,
I was waving the white flag. Good
Yes.
hell.
we
Let us
we
out
both
of here.
acted on it and got the people out of there yesterday and got them all to a very nice building that we now have. And they all have their own private rooms. We can give them wraparound services and things like that. And we just met with them this morning and just kind of, you know, show them what our heart is for them. Because a lot of people think that, oh, you know, I don't want to take, they push them to the side because they're like, oh, we don't want the under the bridge people.
Yeah.
They got their own like little name and term
But you
for
know,
them.
but you know, HUD got a name for them too.
What
That's
they
not
call?
really recognized. It's really our chronically homeless individuals.
Well, they real chronic,
And
of course.
the chronically part of them in the definition, it talks about how they've been homeless off and on for decades. Like some of them come from youth homelessness. Some of them come from homelessness of all kind of trauma. So basically, HUD does identify them, but I think the challenge is that our local government and city officials do not. So when you see that push away, that means if they give us resistance, we back away and stay away from them. But some of that resistance is the trauma. Some
Yeah.
of it is the behavior. Some of it is the fact that, they have put up their own shields and guards.
Well,
And
and it's a combination of things too, because a
Mhm.
lot of them, it's not just about housing.
Yes.
Housing is just one piece of it. They need medication management. They need
Yes.
therapy from the trauma.
Yes.
They need life skills. And a lot of these things need to happen even really before they get the permanent housing, because they're not going to be able to take care
That's
of the
right.
permanent
That's
housing.
right.
So we got to kind of go back to the basics of it. But I think that I had
You gotta
heard
do a
on the
rebirth.
news. Yeah,
It's a rebirth.
I think I heard on the news where they were saying that they had offered them to go to shelters.
Mhm.
Well, a lot of people have trauma from shelters.
Yep.
They have trauma from even programs like the one that my husband and I own.
That's right.
Because everybody
Yep.
ain't running stuff the
Everybody
right
ain't
way.
ready. Yep. And the basic to that is they did a letter. And this is why I said I'm so proud of them. These 14 individuals we wanted to bridge with the whole time, because they got real guarded. This is our encampment. We standing. I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
Because, they took a stand against something that the city wants to enforce on our people.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they did a very nice letter. They said that they do not want to take shelter because of the trauma
Mhm.
and some of the historical experiences that they've been having in these shelters. They don't feel like it was going to help them. In so many words, it's a nice letter. We sent it. It was like, no, we need to be triaged.
What was the
Pretty
response
much.
to the letter?
Triage. And I think that was the sad part, because it was never no honor or respect given to that letter. Like they said a reason why that going in and out the shelters in Baltimore City had pretty much induced a lot of the trauma that they experienced on the
I
streets.
can believe it.
And some of them say they would rather stay on the street under this bridge
I can believe that.
instead of putting themselves in a situation where they're going to end up in Central Book. And they got some other choice of words, but I'm
Right,
just summing
right.
up to that,
Right.
because they always feel challenged and they feel like they got to stand. That's why one of the things that, with this eviction, I'm like, look, and this is something that I pleaded to the city about. You will not evict or come in this and degrade our homeless individuals. I said, if we move, we're going to relocate and we're going to keep their dignity, their pride, and
Right.
we're going to respect them, because we have a history in Baltimore City that when it comes to evicting these encampments, it comes with dump trucks,
Yeah, throwing the things away.
police,
Yeah.
throwing stuff
That's
away.
trauma
if
right there.
you know the history of our city, and this is where I really plead with some of the stuff that we're doing now as we're moving forward. And again, what you're allowing us to do is really to develop the type of program where they can still have a sense of understanding that they're respected, they're humans.
Right.
But you also have to give some of that childlike heart that you have been demonstrating.
Yeah.
You can't just do what you want to do all day and feel like you want the same results.
You gotta
So,
you gotta teach them like children, but
oh,
not
yeah,
treat them
yeah,
like
yeah.
children. You know?
So yes.
Oh,
So, yes.
wait. Mike gives me a paper that he wants me to read off of.
Oh,
Yeah,
is they
I tell y'all
instructions?
everything. These my instructions.
They
And you know what? Because Mike wants me to make sure that I'm saying what I'm supposed to say. Isn't
But
that
hold
Mike
on, but
Davis?
you're not
Oh, I'ma get
official yet,
fired.
right?
No, I'm really not. But
So
that's,
she
I'm
not-
not official on
Wait,
his show.
hold up, don't do that.
I'm official on my own show. I'm not official on his show. And that's Ministry of the Marketplace. I think y'all should call up here
And
to
talk
Radio
about it.
1 and say something about me. Oh, he told me to read this. Let me go and read
That
this.
wasn't on the paper.
Oh, that wasn't on the paper.
That wasn't on the paper. She added some stuff.
What
You
Mike
got-
wants me to tell y'all is
Yeah,
y'all go to my website, www.theangelbrothereffect.com.
Come on.
And you know what? And one more thing. Go to www.newwavehelpservices.com.
Come on,
You ain't had that on there. You ain't had that on there.
And listen, I wanna add to that, because when you say new wave, you better say it with your chest. Say
Yes.
it with your chest.
Oh,
Say it
okay.
with your chest, because I imitate as the director of Belvedere Real Care Providers. I imitate and I want to demonstrate that type of leadership with a heart.
Yes.
Like you lead with your heart as well.
Absolutely.
You do, and that's what something is so abnormal in our city when it comes to the different programs. having that director that don't mind being in the room with you at 8 o'clock in the morning for a meeting. Hey, wake up, I'm here, let's talk. So many things that's unique about that. So
Right.
say it with your chest, because
That's
new wave,
right.
and I should have had my
It's a
shirt
new
on. I
wave
feel
of
so-
treatment, people.
Yes.
This is a
because-
new wave of living.
Come on, new wave.
Christina Flowers, why you ain't invite me on your show yet? Come on now. Why you don't want me to come over there and
No,
on
you
TikTok?
need to come on. No. See, we need to dip and dab a little bit, because I know, like, you know, we're reaching such a listening audience right now.
Absolutely.
Because God has ears open and eyes seeing what's going on in our city right now. And as long as we see and understand that we do have sisters and brothers under bridges, living in woods, and some of the uncomfortablest, inhumane conditions.
And kids.
We gotta
Oh,
take
a lot
of
notice of
kids,
that.
yes.
Like out, and that's something why, you know, I also want to let you guys know about November the 12th. If I can put my plug in.
Put your
Most
plug
definitely,
in.
the plug in is, you know, the scriptures tell us to equip, empower. So one of the things with November the 12th, we really want to start, like, and with your help, of course, really training and helping our community and our clergy to understand the infrastructure, the resources, what they can bring to the table to help our underserved population. Like, it's really everything we need is out there.
So is it a
Like,
community event?
It's
on
going
the
to be a
12th?
public forum, a community event.
Mhm.
Invite your pastor, your minister, the deacon at the door, the sister that gave you the attitude. Invite her too, because we really
The
got
shade,
the
Christina
only way we go. Did I throw shade? I
The
ain't throw
shade.
shade. Listen, the only way that God is going to get the glory of this is sometimes when we move, you know, entities out of the way that's not meant to handle God's people.
Right.
And I know during this season, I could think of the way people handle me sometimes. And I'd be like, God, why do people mishandle me? And, you know, he tells me that all the time. He said, just keep it moving. Don't worry about it. Because if I stop and think about it, you know, I got to remember the part I can fix, the part I can't fix. So, yes, November the 12th, 10 to 12, we're actually partnering.
Where's it going to be
Bishop,
located?
Bishop Nunez. I got to get that back to you. I think it's on Urban Avenue. I didn't bring a flyer.
Okay.
But Bishop Nunez, we're going to be meeting at his facility. And again, you know, people can reach out and call us. It's free. This is going
Will
to be
there be
like
any
a
food?
free. Yes, we're going to have a light brunch. Yes, it will be food,
I'm
because
there.
we really want to take this opportunity, not only after this encampment, but when public and media platforms like yourself give us the opportunity to demonstrate a godly movement. This
Yes.
is not about a moment. Like, you know, we can't be in competition with, you know, the $1 million entities and organizations, but we have a godly foundation,
Yes.
and that's what we
That's
need.
where it starts.
And that's where it needs to start. And that's where we need to start ending homelessness on our streets. Like, when we see our sisters and brothers in these conditions, we have to be able to act and put things in place. So that's what November the 12th is going to be about. You see somebody coming in your church or people experiencing homelessness, we have to use the vessels, and myself as a vessel. Use me, God, every day to do your will. And he said, you can do ministry 365 days.
And
I
you
said,
doing
for
it.
real? I said, okay, so that's the focus. I know people get all mushy on the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. You get a little bit more charitable and generous in the heart. Ho, 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 tinkle bell, all that stuff.
But
You
not
know,
the rest of the days.
Yeah, but we need this 365.
Not the rest of the
We need
days.
this 360. As long as we know that we have sisters and brothers in these streets living in these conditions, and not only homelessness, our addicts, our individuals that's just out here wandering. You know, sometimes people, I learned this morning, Pastor Mike, sometimes people just need you to pray for them.
That's right.
You know, I got a couple, and they was like just going through it. And I said, just come here, let's pray. And we came separate, fussing and arguing. At the end of it, it was like they took that prayer to a hug. So I'm just grateful to be used, and I'm grateful for the Angel Fabulous Brown to be up
Oh, I like
here.
that name.
Yes, and New Wave, say it with your chest. New Wave, say it with your chest. Yes.
Say it with your chest.
New Wave, say it with your chest. Everybody need to have a New Wave shirt on next week. New Wave, New Wave.
So how can people contact you or get in contact with you if they need want to donate?
Yes,
and all that good stuff?
yes. Contact mentors, because this is a pilot, and I want to make sure that these guys have every entity filled. Like somebody calling, like I got a rec center, they can come up here and do this. We got to really use this as a pilot for us to move these individuals forward. So we have a website, www.helpbaltimorehomeless.org. You can also reach out to me by cell phone, 410-365-5567. And day-to-day donations, day-to-day support. We pick up food, we pick up meals, we do whatever it needs. We got about 23 encampments in our city. I thank God he had to put the highlight on the one, but we got to be very proactive this winter to even still keep individuals out there safe and warm. So reach out, 410-365-5567. Our day-to-day Cash App, $ Real Care Network. Don't forget to put the K on the end of it because
the Cash App.
Yeah, the Cash App got ground too. Yeah.
I know that's right.
Cash App is gas. We need
Damn
15
Cash
bus pass. We need bus pass. We need everything because we got to keep these individuals. This is our
Angel said she'll
form.
put that cash up.
Put your Cash App. You don't put your Cash App.
Julie,
You
what's
ain't-
yours?
What's
Cash
yours?
App? You said my Cash App too. Okay,
No.
I'm sorry.
Throw
Go
mine in
gonna
there
get-
too.
Throw your mind. Yes, throw
Throw
yours
mine
up
in
in
there,
it.
bro.
Because guess what? That is focus giving, and that's godly giving, and that's what we need to be reminded of. The sacrifices that we make with these media, broadcast, radio platforms. Yes, put your Cash App out there. That's the way individuals need to support whatever's quicker. You know, even through the COVID.
And they might
everybody-
be hearing it from somewhere
That's
else
right.
where
They
they
might
can't
hear
actually
it.
get to.
There
So
you go.
Cash App
Put-
is good
Put them
too.
out there. Put the Cash App, the Zelle, put it out there.
And you're actually
Because it's focused-
nonprofit, right? So
Yes,
it could be
we
a
are.
write-off for them.
Yes, we
A
are.
lot of people want to know
And that's
that.
this time of year.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's the
So I
giving year.
don't get shame in the cat. As long as you do what you do and supposed to do with God's money, He'll help you manage a little and He'll bless you with a light. And some people gotta let it go.
Well, look
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Let God's money go. It's okay.
Why
Long as it's
y'all
going to a
at
good
it?
cause.
We need towels,
Towels,
washcloths.
washcloth, toothpaste, toothbrush. Yes, 410.
No, we really do
365.
though. We really
Yes.
do to make sure to get these care packages to
That's
people.
right.
I might be
That's right.
laughing, but it's really
It's
something
like,
that
you
we
need me up
actually
on here.
need.
You don't know how to ask for God's money?
Go ask
What's
for
your
it.
Cash App? You need
$$
what?
Angel. Look it up. Nobody ever sends me any money. Cash App, so I
You
don't
send
even
it
know
out.
it.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
I
up.
send
They
it
Send it
out.
out.
Yeah.
Right, right.
I don't
And
even
that's
know.
what's so wrong. We gotta be giving, we gotta be focused givers. Like some people just assume we have it, but these individuals have great needs.
No,
You
a
know,
lot of needs.
It cost us even to run that
The food,
encampment.
the
and
food
manage.
alone.
The food
The food
alone
alone.
is like,
The
you
food
want
alone.
people to feel comfortable that they can go get a snack 8:00 at night. You might say the kitchen closed, but I'm still hungry. At least, you gotta, it costs to have those type of accommodations. And again,
Well,
it's very
you,
important.
You blessed to be a blessing.
That's right.
Blessed
And
to
then
be a
it's blessed
blessing.
to
You
be a
hit-
blessing. And the
That's right,
blessing
Mike
gonna
Davis.
turn
They
back
can't
around
see
to
you, but that was Mike Davis in this. Okay, look, I'm not getting in trouble because unfortunately I don't have an hour show. They don't want my
Oh,
loud
there
tail
she go,
on here for a
Haki.
whole hour. They don't want me on here.
Haki, our
Hey,
voice.
hey, Haki. Is that Haki?
Yeah. He said, I think I recognize that voice.
Listen, I am not going to get in trouble. I do not have an hour show.
For
I have
real?
a
Oh, we need to
half-hour show.
upgrade her.
I told them to go ahead and
What you
call in or
doing?
something, do
Y'all
something
should
about it.
sponsor, do something. Come on,
do
this has
something.
been nice.
Like, you just want me to be on here for an hour? I mean,
Right,
or
right.
some
She's
people like
official,
no.
y'all. Come on.
Some people say no. Your voice a half hour only.
No, I don't think nobody.
Anyway,
wants
y'all, I am super excited that you came in
that.
today.
Yes.
I think we have to do this a little bit more.
Oh,
'Cause we
yes,
haven't
yes.
done this
Okay,
ever. Actually,
yes.
we've never done
Good,
it before,
good.
right?
Let's
Well,
get
this
better.
radio show,
Let's get
because we
better.
talk every day.
We wait
That's
for
right.
a number.
I'm super duper proud of you. Thank you for allowing New Wave to assist.
Phone
Yes.
number.
You know, and if you got the Mike Davis, my phone number, give the number. Okay,
Give
Mike,
the
let me
number.
give it. Okay, y'all, get your pens out, your pads really quick.
Get your business
New
man.
Wave is 443-869-5522. Again,
443.
that's 443-869-5522. And we're located on 4419 Falls Road, y'all. Suite C, if you guys want to drop some things off. We've been getting a lot of stuff, Christmas trees,
Good.
coats, all sorts of stuff. Thank you guys so much for that. Christina, we have to have a part 2 to this
Yes, we
because
do.
it's so much more that we need
And
to
it's that
do.
season. It's the winter season.
As
So
you know, I got to wrap up this daggone show.
wrap
so
it
you
up.
gotta
Let me
stop
stop.
talking.
Let me stop talking. 'Cause this is your show, not mine. That's what I need to remember.
Listen, just wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I'm sorry, Julian's going to get me. Listen, she got me out of my schmeal, you know?
Right.
So listen, we're gonna do a part 2 to this show. It might be a live, it might be something else. I don't know. But we gotta talk more about these homeless encampments. We got 23
That's
more
right,
that you
that's
said
right.
that we need to empty out, and we can do
Come
it.
on.
And sometimes we can do it even without the city's help. It's a lot of
Amen.
us out here that can make this stuff happen. So okay, Baltimore, listen. I want y'all to pat yourself on the back.
I'll give it a clap.
Baltimore! Pat yourself on the back. We're gonna see you guys next week.
Hey, I know that's right.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, brother.
So good, so good.
All
All right.
see that energy.
I forgot. Mike told me to talk to y'all too, right?
Hey, Kathy.
You can wrap him up.
Listen,
You wrapped
let me
up
wrap
like you had
y'all
a
up.
voice.
If y'all want to donate something, I mean, it could be anything.
Dr.
Pots,
Lee.
pans, it could be used stuff, gently used stuff. Give us a call, y'all. It's 443-869-5522.
They
We
wanna
appreciate
talk.
everything that you guys do for us. And we're going to see you next week, too. We need to be saying them more often, but we'll see you guys next
from
week, too.
outside. Oh, I see you over there.
Too loud over here, right?
No, I come
You-
from the live side too.
You get these two together.